I believe there's two different kinds of trends, and you as the futurist, I'd love to hear if I'm right or wrong on this, but there seem to be two different trends. One is a trend of progression, change, improvement, growth, technology changing, or people moving around, patterns that are not right or wrong. They're simply patterns that change and carry us forward, and we have to adapt into. It seems like there's a second set of trends, though, that brokenness that needs to be healed, basic biological truths, our biochemistry that we stray away from. Some of these deeper relationships going in for the weaker bonds don't satisfy us biochemically as much. We don't get the serotonin, the oxytocin. We don't get those connections. I don't think that we can deny them. I don't believe that we can. So I think we need to keep continuously tracking those and coming back to them. Lean into the good trends, or the ones that we can't deny, and the changes, but make sure that we're tracking those additional ones. And the reason I think that I'm correct in that is I run a private mentorship group for people who come in and their bonds have been broken for most of their life. They've lost those connections. They never learned the direct communication skills. They never learned how to properly filter for compatibility in relationships. They've never learned how to speak their needs in a way that's measurable so they can be understood by others. And when I work with them over the course of maybe a year inside that mentorship program and give them those skills, I do see them reverse the negative trends, the temporary trends, as they improve their biochemistry. Now, their relationships may look very different. Some of them choose to go into a more of a traditional coupling marriage sort of situation and have children. Some of them may choose a polyamorous structure. Some of them may simply choose to be single for quite a long time and invest in friendships. So there's not one perfect answer, but they are obeying the biochemistry needs that they have in a new way. What do you think? Am I correct? Am I wrong that there are two different sets of trends?
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing I wanted to say as a response, I think you were, pretty much the picture is correct. But one thing which is really, really fundamental is that we are built as nomads, genetically, and also psychologically. And then you think about these paradoxes in which we are living, which is that we are getting stuck in the cities, and where our expression of the nomadism, and I don't mean the nomadism what was there, 300 or 500 years ago. I'm referring back to the nomadism before the Ice Age and 10,000 years ago, and there is a long track there. But because it was a long and consistent kind of a evolution, we still carry that. And a lot of the pain and anxiety I believe we have comes also partly from that, even though it's hard to sort of to pinpoint, is that we are built to move. And if we are too much stuck in our lives or in our spatial system, so to say, we start to feel that. We don't feel good about it. I mean, this is my kind of a cultural anthropologist hat right now, but I kind of feel that there is some truth in that. What do you think?
I think this is a long-standing debate a bit that Andre and I have had about how much humans are meant to be settled in one place, maybe on a farm, the agricultural revolution of 12,000 years ago, and how much people are meant to move. And I wonder a bit, Andre, what your take on this is. Maybe it's not even so much moving or not moving. Maybe it's having the structures around you as you do that moving. What are your thoughts?
There's something that we need to understand about the current generational shift, and that is there is now a complete transformation of the value systems that we have. And as a consequence, we are trapped in several feelings that are quite novel to us as a community. Fear, loneliness, right, and doubt. All of those things are very new to our society because everything that was supposed to give us comfort, religion, tradition, even the community through which we could have been part of for many generations, all of that is gone. And now the trust in the systems that are left over is also now gone. So many people in my generation, in kind of the younger millennials, many people, even more people in Generation Z, are actually experiencing this complete breaking of trust, and they're feeling lonely, scared, and just full of doubts about everything. It's possible that that is an indication that we are actually supposed to be trying to absorb new information, that we're supposed to move away from this, maybe not even physically, but societally, spiritually, and go find new ways of doing things, new pastures, kind of new ideas. And that's what's kind of the inner calling inside of us, is calling us towards that nomadic exploration. I don't think we need to move physically from the same spot. A lot of people actually desire that stability of having a hub, but they want to be able to be exploring and getting new stimulation in. Now, one thing that I think we also need at the same time is to have a tribe, because the idea of nomadicism was exactly that. You're supposed to have a tribe with which you're moving. Is that correct, Marco? Right.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
if we're supposed to have a tribe. Right now we're trying to figure out how to build a tribe in a completely broken world. Broken doesn't necessarily mean bad. Broken can also mean different. It could also mean full of opportunities, full of areas into which you can step in with responsibility and fulfill yourself in creating something new. And now we're learning how to build these new tribes and go somewhere. So where is it that we're going is the new question.
Well, and that tracks with attachment theory, which says that when a culture gets more and more broken, if you will, if people are not able to meet each other's needs, and children are born into patterns and systems where they will not be supported, and they will not have shared resources. They will have to fight for resources. They will have to go discover their own resources because their parents won't even share them with them. And there will be no quarter given, no care given. Then we start to develop these attachment issues, which disconnect us from other people. Our biochemistry changes. We even see the receptors, the hormone receptors in our brains begin to shift. With the work of Dr. Sue Carter with vasopressin and oxytocin bonding, she's proved that. So we are definitely at this moment in a massive shift that our brains are designed to accommodate for, but we're not necessarily going to be happy in. So I am curious what future trends could shift to bring us to a place where we are biochemically healthy again. If you like this clip, I know you're going to enjoy the full episode. You can watch it right here.